Sorry, give me a second. Well, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another weekly update. How are you? Sorry, excuse me. How are you doing? We are here with week 20. It's called Workshop Restock, and I am here with Gao. How are you?
Good day. I'm fine. Can't wait to get through the patch notes.
Not me either. We're going to be working on it. And I'm just going to turn my volume down just a tad because I'm hitting those red bars, which I don't really like.
Yeah.
That's better. So if I've noticed when I get excited, my volume tends to start cutting out because I start hitting those red bars.
Yeah.
Okay, lock volume, that'll do. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into it. How have you been this week, Corne? How are you doing?
Busy as always. Stay stocked up on credits and on exotics in game. So yeah, because there was talk about new stuff. So I was like, if we get new stuff, I want to buy it. So yeah.
Yeah, so you did a couple of runs over the weekend for exotics.
Oh yeah.
One of which I was party to, so I have a lot of exotics now.
Oh yes, we finally hit the 4-digit numbers for exotics on one mission. Yay!
We did.
Yeah.
It's a, I don't know. Can I show you that? Let me see now. Let me see
Yeah,
if I
a
can.
couple of weeks back in the patch notes, they were saying something about like you can get up to 1,000 exotics in a mission now.
Yes.
We've tried it for quite ever since.
We have been trying that since it was said.
Yep.
And we've basically been trying that because that was the one sentence that I personally, hands up in the air, I got hooked on. I'm like,
Yep.
how can they possibly say you can get up to 1,000 exotics and we are getting nowhere near it?
But hey, we got it.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it just like, what was it, yesterday?
Yesterday, indeed.
Yes, we got 1,033 exotics from a run.
Yep.
That was brilliant. Felt so good. Felt so good.
So my faith has been restored. Yeah, you can get over 1,000 exotics from one mission.
Yes. Fantastic.
And it was a fun mission as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, time-wise, it would be faster to do the deep vein extraction over and over again in speedrun. Not by much though.
Yeah.
But this mission was way more fun.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, right, if we can do the deep vein extraction speed run in what? Let's just say an average of 10 minutes.
Yeah, somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes.
Right? You have to do that because you only get 65 exotics out of that. So you would have to do that.
64 tops.
64, sorry. So you would have to do that at least 10 times in order to get 640 plus exotics.
So to get to 1,000 exotics, you need to do it like 16 times.
Yeah, which at 10 minutes each.
Yeah, say some 3 to 4 hours total.
Yeah.
And it is the same speedrun over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, it can be a bit boring doing that.
A bit boring. It is boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, I tell you what, why don't we? I have a pen and paper handy so that if there are things that we are going to be needing to test out for science, I can make a note of it, keep a track of it, because the last couple of weeks I've noticed we're saying, oh, we need to test this, and then we're actually forgetting about it and not testing it. So I have pen and paper ready for notage of what we're going to test for science. And that way we can keep the peeps updated as to what we are testing for science and how it went, etc., etc. So,
Indeed.
So yeah, if you've just joined the stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are just about to start talking about week 20's update. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Alrighty.
Okay. ICARUS week 20 update, workshop restock. Week 20 brings new orbital workshop items, new mission, and the highly requested workshop repair kit. Now that is extremely interesting.
Yeah.
And extremely useful.
I totally agree there.
Okay, so let's get into it. I'm just going to not let that picture come up just yet. Okay, paragraph 1 says, we have reached the 20th weekly update to ICARUS, and it brings a range of new orbital workshop items for you to spend your hard-earned Ren on, and our hard-earned exotics too. But they just don't say that bit.
No.
Okay, Larkwell Martinez backpacks and Enviro suits with their own unique buffs have landed, including new team-oriented boosts, new armor sets, and the highly requested workshop repair kit. To cap it all off, we have a new mission, Forsaken Recovery, which comes with its own hard fail state twist. Get going, prospectors. The planet awaits. Ooh.
We can finally repair the space items on the planet. This indeed has been a very much requested feature.
It has been indeed, especially since the armor durability patch came out a couple of weeks ago. So let's have a look at this image now.
Well, long before for like your pickaxe, the space pickaxe, the space knives, all those kinds of things. They at some point they break. You can't repair them. Luckily, they still keep their bonuses, but
yes,
yeah, I'm happy with this repair kit. Definitely.
Yeah, I like the look of this little repair kit, actually. The little blue backpack with the MXC all-purpose adhesive and the multi-tool looking Allen key set.
Yeah. Nice.
That looks so good.
Yeah. And the details match those of the workshop, because in the workshop the repair kit bundle also comes in a blue bag. Not a backpack though, but at least it's blue.
Yeah, so you know what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Okay. Repairing workshop items. Let's get this. Oh, and there is an image that goes with that, so I will let that be seen. Okay, repairing workshop items.
For the next one.
Hmm?
Yeah, the images for the next paragraph, but that's fine.
Well, okay.
Sneak preview.
Yeah, sneak preview. Last week's patch introduced the new armor durability system. Was it last week or the week before?
Last week, I believe. I thought it was last week. But now you're making me doubt. Let's see, can I quickly check this? Scroll. Why can't I see this no more?
Was it last week or the week before? Because I thought the armor durability had come out. No, it was last week, because
last week
that's when we found out that the green backpack had issues upon landing for the clients.
Yeah, last week was armor durability.
Yeah, because that's when we found out there were several issues with the green backpack. Okay, so last week's patch introduced a new armor durability system, and your feedback has been instrumental in the development of this feature and the development of other features which allow a similar model. Good stuff.
Yeah.
One area that caused some confusion was the impact on workshop armor, and we are addressing it this week with the new workshop repair kit, which is now available in the orbital workshop, as discussed 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure it caused confusion. It was new. It wasn't really that confusing. In my opinion, that is.
Well, I think maybe it was a little confusing, and I'm only saying that because of the standpoint that it said this stuff can be fixed, and then you found that you couldn't fix it on the planet.
Yeah, but it always
because
has
it would
been
say, oh,
that
you can fix it on the crafting table, or you can fix it on whatever it was you crafted it on. But then you couldn't fix your nano armor. You couldn't, you couldn't
yeah, but
fix.
it has always been the issue that space stuff only could be repaired at the space station.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was like, okay, it takes damage now, and once it's completely gone, you can't use it no more until the next mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this will allow you to repair any workshop item that is damaged. It can be carried by any prospector on your team, but can only be used at the machining bench or the fabricator.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. You can't repair it whilst on the run. You have to be at a certain bench. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The workshop repair kit can be bought individually or in a stack of 5. Now, I haven't actually seen the...
It is a bundle you buy.
Yeah, I
of
haven't
5.
seen it being... I don't see the the fact that you can buy it individually unless you unlock the bundle and say you just want 1 instead of 5, because there isn't really a single...
It's a bundle. It's a bundle like the arrows.
Yeah.
So it's a bundle, and or at least I assume it works like the arrows. If you don't consume it to get the separate items, you can take it back up. Once you consume it, it's gone, and you can't take it back up.
Yeah.
I assume that's how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, you cannot buy them individually in the workshop. You buy a bundle.
Yeah, that we know of yet.
I'm looking at the workshop. There's only 1 item there, and it says workshop repair kit bundle.
Yes. Okay.
And actually, I've seen people asking this same question in Discord as well, and the answer was like, no, it is actually a bundle.
Okay, so that's a little bit misleading. You can buy them in a stack of 5, but you not individually that we know of at the moment. Exactly. It does say, however, that you can stack up to 10 in your inventory. So if they stack in stacks of 5, then you can get 2 stacks of 5 in your inventory.
You buy 2 bundles and you consume them both, and you have a stack of 10 workshop repair items.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I assume that's how it works.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. It also says, just to finish off that sentence, that paragraph, we recommend figuring out among your group how many you will need for a mission and strategically using them throughout your drops. Well, I'm going to say right now that I think the best thing we can do is just carry 1 each.
Here's the thing. it's a bundle of 5.
Yeah.
Your armor consists of 5 pieces.
Yes.
All 5 pieces get damaged equally. So if you want to use it to repair your armor, you need all 5. You're not gonna repair one piece of your armor, because as soon as one piece completely breaks, you lose the set buff.
Yes.
I mean, you still could say, okay, I'm gonna repair the chest piece because it gives me the most heat and cold resistance. However, nah, I'd say I would go for an all or nothing.
Yeah.
And then if you also want to repair other space stuff, like I'm usually carrying the Niche pickaxe and the Ventura knife.
Yes.
Niche pickaxe still works if broken, or at least the buff is still there when broken. For the Ventura knife, if it's broken, you have it in your hand, still you don't get any wound. However, you cannot kill an animal with it anymore.
Yes, exactly.
So that means as soon as it runs out and I want to repair it, I have to consume the repair kit bundle and use one of the items, and
Yes.
still have 4 left, which I could then use to either repair your knife or repair a niece. So yeah, basically carry one for your armor and one person carry an extra bundle just in case you want to repair some other space equipment.
Yes. Well, I'm going to be carrying some of those for sure in the next mission.
Obviously. And sure, they cost 50 credits, 50 exotics to buy. But for science, we will repair stuff.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Write it down, for science.
Right. Okay. There's here comes the first notage. Right. Whilst I'm writing that down, would you be good enough to take us on to the next paragraph, please?
Yeah. Let's talk about the new workshop items and area modifiers. So the Orbital Workshop now has a range of new items available for players to purchase with their hard-earned Ren and exotics. New Larkwell Martinez items have landed, including 2 new backpacks with shotgun and storage buffs each. One with a shotgun buff and one with a storage buff. There's also a new Larkwell and Fire suit with 3 module slots available at a cost of 5 inventory slots. Yay! New module. Lose 5 slots. Which can be mitigated by other stuff, which we'll talk later on.
Yes.
So also, look out for 2 new armor sets. New space armor. 2 new armor sets which provide benefits to... one with bonuses for mining and gathering, and another with bonuses to stealth and damage, giving you variation for your unique prospector builds. Well, my character is dedicated miner, so yeah, I'm gonna be at least once sporting the new space armor with the bonuses for mining.
Yeah. I could test the stealth and damage one, but I don't know if we're going to be doing a mission tonight. I'm not, I'm so used to the setup that I have.
Yeah.
That I don't really know if I want to go for the stealth and damage variation, but I am interested in testing out the new Larkwell Enviro suit with 3 module slots. I don't particularly like the fact that it costs you 5 inventory slots, but yeah, as you say, we can mitigate that with something else that we'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah,
the other armor set is
new suits. That's so interesting. I was wondering when we were going to get a different type of suit, or indeed if we were going to get another kind of suit.
So,
and I also remember having said a couple of weeks ago, it's going to take me one hell of a lot to move me away from the the S5 Hark Enviro suit, because it has 2 slots. Now, this is tempting, It's very tempting.
Oh yeah, it is. I think this is the first suit with 3 module slots. I thought at some point I saw another suit with 3 slots, but it was then missing the water slot. I don't know anymore.
No, you're talking about the Enviro suit that had a water slot, an O2 slot, and a food slot.
Yeah, and a food slot, but at the cost of 1 module slot.
Yes. So you lost lost a module suit,
module slot for a food slot. Yeah.
You swapped a module slot for a food slot, and then, as Carl finds out quite often when because he has the food slot.
Yeah.
Suit, Enviro suit, and he actually says that he was having issues with it because it was just like continuously eating the food, and it wasn't waiting until the food that he'd already eaten had run out.
It's like as soon as the empty stomach space, so your stomach has a certain capacity, each food item has a certain food capacity. As soon as the level of your stomach goes to a point where it can fit a food item from your food slot, it immediately eats the food, even when your buff from that food isn't finished yet.
Yes.
So yeah. That's why I never use. I think I used it once, the suit with the food slot, and I was like, "Yeah, no, it's not worth it."
Yeah, I've never used it. I've never used it because I'm not willing to give up my module slot.
Yeah. Well, now if you look at the new suit versus the Hark has the 10% physical resistance, which the new suit, the ICARUS Lua virus suit, does not have.
Yeah.
And also the Harkus 5 has the minus 5% perceived threat when stealthed, which is not in the new Enviro suit. However, it does give you an additional module slot. Now, yeah, it'll come at a cost of 5 inventory slots, but yeah, you can mitigate this by one of the 2 new backpacks,
which we haven't talked about yet, so we'll wait until we get there.
Actually, it's mentioned above this paragraph.
Yep.
Including 2 new backpacks.
Okay, so
the storage one gives you 12 inventory slots versus the 6 of the other inventory, the other backpacks.
Right. Okay. So let's actually go through the paragraphs in order here.
Okay, sure.
Because we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there. There are 2 new boost modules with area modifiers, which provide benefits to fellow players in the nearby area, but not to the owner.
Yeah.
One provides a modifier that increases your fellow prospectors' carrying capacity, and the other one which grants them healing from afflictions such as poison and pneumonia when nearby. These boosts are intended for cooperative gameplay and, importantly, do not provide the boosts to the player who has them equipped. So take this into consideration when playing with your team. Okay.
So very good for team play, definitely.
Yes.
However, now my question is, how big is this area?
Yeah. Yeah, the AOE for I do know there was one gamer we used to play with who had the
talent.
Had the talent for less O2 used if you were beside them, and it would come up with a little O2 marker on your booster on your inventory, like a food slot. But the area of effect was actually quite small. You had to be within, I don't know, 5 meters of the individual, because you had to be, like when you're running with somebody, you can see the colored icon on the edge of the screen that will indicate roughly where they are relative to
If
your
you're close
position.
enough, yeah.
I think as far as the O2, the use of the less O2, you had to be close enough to see that colored marker on the edge of your screen.
Imagine one of us sporting this carry module thingy, right? So the other person can carry more.
Mm-hmm.
You run together, and for example, I'm carrying the thing, the module, you're carrying the weight.
Yeah.
We run together, and then you get stuck on a little tree. Usually it ain't no problem. You just step sideways and you continue with the normal speed. But no,
Yes.
I don't realize you get stuck on that little tree, so I continue. You get out of the area of effect. You immediately get over encumbered.
Yes.
So you can't catch up anymore at all.
Yeah, and it then means that you'll have to come back
Exactly.
to my position in order to give me the boost again.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about. I mean, I like the idea. Let's be clear, and definitely good for team play. But I don't know. I don't know how big the area of effect is.
Well,
so if it's too small, it's not going to be that effective.
Okay, so are we saying that we need to test the new boosters for science?
I don't know. We might.
Okay.
I mean, doesn't cost that much to research and craft 250 Ren and 100 exotics, so that's fine.
Okay, note being made. Test new booster sets, area of effect.
So yeah, for the healing boost module, it's going to be a tad harder to test. Sure, we can mine a cave together, and I'm carrying the healing boost module, so you will get, you will heal quicker. Well, heal quicker, yeah, from a cave cuff. Well, actually, it is easy to test. It means if you have the cave cuff and you come near me, the timer should go down.
Yes.
And then we can, once yours is gone, your debuff is gone, we can then swap the modules and then reduce the remaining time on my debuff.
Yeah. Now that indicates to me that, let's just say, for example, you've got the new Lua EnviroSuit. You've got 3 slots. We normally carry a speed module, a carry module in the S5 Hark suit.
Yeah.
So now what I'm kind of envisaging here in my mind's eye is that, because we've got the extra sets, I then started taking down a spare, an extra speed module or Patcher 2 module and an extra carry module. The mass dampener module and the Patcher 2. I would carry an extra one of those so that I could either have 2 speed modules or 2 carry modules, depending on what we were needing to do.
Yeah.
And so now it's going to be a case of, I'm going to have a speed module, a carry module, and then I'm also, instead of the spare speed and carry, I'm probably now going to take one of each of the new boosters so that we can put them in the slot and take them out as is necessary.
Yeah.
So if we're going into a cave, we could both put on the healing one.
Again, it's not preventing, eh?
It's just helping.
Quicker healing.
It's to reduce the time it takes you to heal.
Yeah.
So if you took it, then it means that my healing bonus, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So we can heal each other. But I can see me actually, instead of carrying the spare modules, I'll be taking down the 2 new modules.
Yeah. I don't know. We'd have to, at some point, we'd have to test. And actually, talking about this, you remember how Carl has a speed character?
Yes.
He might be using the new suit and carry a 3rd speed module.
Yes.
He's going to be zooming around the map like mad.
Yeah, he is going to be zippy manippy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
Anyway.
Next paragraph, you'll also find the workshop repair kit plus bundle, as mentioned in the previous paragraph, which will be a valuable purchase for your crew. Now, as we've already talked about, you can only buy the bundle that we know of right now.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, coming back to the suit with 3 module slots, -5 inventory slots, and then mitigate this with the new backpack, right? With the 12 slots instead of 6.
Yes.
It means you net would have 1 more inventory slot, but if you compare it with a green backpack, you will be losing your reduced fall damage, reduced sprain, and you'll be missing your 5% movement speed buff, which you could mitigate to use a speed module in the 3rd module slot. Because that will give you, let's see, where is it, the speed module? That will give you the 5% movement speed back. So it means you trade your falling resistance and avoid sprain and less sprain duration. You trade it for 1 inventory slot. Something to keep in mind as soon as you get very excited about this 3rd module. If you still want to keep your character with the same amount of slots and speed you had before, you will be trading 1 inventory slot more. You will be trading it for the falling resistance and less sprain duration and chance to avoid sprain from the green backpack. So
yes.
I'm not too. I mean, I like the new suit. I like the 3rd module. But if I think about it a bit more, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure how good a trade-off this will be.
Yeah. Yeah. It really does force you to think much more strategically.
Oh yeah.
About how you and your team are gonna play. Obviously, if you're playing solo, it's it's a very different kettle of fish. Because these new module slots will not affect the carrier. So the new modules are going to be absolutely no use at all for people who actually play solo.
True. Or at least not if they work correctly. Yes. I have to put a quick note down here. I saw something in Discord about something said the buffs are actually currently on the person who wears the modules and not on the teammates.
Okay.
So if you take the new modules down, we can test this claim.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I really like the image there of the almost what do you call it, camel design.
I think this is the new. Yeah, I think this is the new ICARUS suit.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
If I look at the workshop, it's the same color.
Yeah,
looks nice, definitely.
Yeah, I like the look of that helmet. Really like the look of that helmet, and I'm really digging the camel look.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely looking nice.
Okay. Could you take us through the information in the next box for me, please?
Sure. So this week we added some new workshop items to allow players to really focus their builds and provide some unique interactions. We are exploring ideas to add more auras to the game, which provide benefits to nearby players. With this patch, we added 2 in the form of workshop modules that focus on cooperation. We also added a new Enviro suit, which has a bit of a trade-off, allowing more module slots at the cost of general inventory slots. You may see us from time to time add items in the game that provide both benefits and deficits. This allows players to specialize in playing the way they want, while avoiding the power creep that many live service games suffer from. This is a comment from Jake Dodunsky, the ICARUS tech lead.
Yeah, I like the way that's been phrased, actually, in so much as it says this allows players to specialize in playing the way that they want to while avoiding the power creep. In other words,
oh yeah, power creep is real.
Yeah, they're preventing the new stuff from being totally OP, overpowered.
Yeah, and of course people are gonna complain like, I want this extra module slot and not lose my 5 inventory slots. See it as a balancing method. Otherwise, this new suit would be too OP.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And I also like how they focus on cooperative gameplay here.
Yes, they encourage the co-op gameplay. Now, I do have to say that the people who play solo are going to suffer from this.
They are not going to suffer, but they won't get the benefits. If they choose
to use the new stuff, then they will suffer because they won't be able, because they won't have the team play bonus. I certainly don't want people who play solo to feel that they're being forced to play in a team.
Now, actually, they aren't. They aren't getting debuffed. They will not suffer because they're playing solo. They will not gain anything, but it does not mean they will suffer.
Yeah.
Those new modules, they're useless for solo players.
Mm-hmm.
True, but it does not for team players. It does not give a direct buff to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It gives a buff if one of your teammates uses it.
Yeah.
Yes, but it does not give any bonus to yourself directly. So it's not that solo players are basically getting punished because they play solo. No, it's the fact they don't gain anything because they play solo.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so I'm looking at the next image here. We have the new Larkwell Martinez backpack on show.
I can't really say which of the two, because actually I can. It is the tactical backpack. Tactical as in you have 12 inventory slots, where the other one, the mercenary backpack, has the more ammo capacity and faster reload of shotguns and more damage with shotguns.
Yeah.
The last part is an interesting one, by the way, which I'll come on later on.
Yeah, very true. Okay, so let's take through for the new Forsaken recovery mission. Guy, would you be good enough to take us through that and give us your thoughts?
Yeah. So there is a new mission, Forsaken recovery. This new mission is the first where it's a hard fail state. Not sure what that means, but we will find out. So if players fail to protect the ship and it explodes, okay, there it is. I haven't read proper. If players fail to protect the ship and it explodes, the mission will fail and players will need to leave the prospect and return to try again. So you fail the objective, you don't get no rewards. Kinda makes sense. So the operator for this mission, ACS, we're gonna play it in the forest biome. A bit of background about this mission. The operator has lost a valuable asset on the surface and cannot abandon it for fear it may be discovered by other teams. The mission is going to be to locate and repair the damaged dropship and ensure its safe return to orbit. Mission rewards is going to be a flat fee, and all safety and survival concerns are the responsibility of the contractor. In other words, they, as usual for the missions here, they're cheapskates. They give you a flat fee and good luck with it. try not to die, because then we will lose our stuff.
Yes, very true. Very true. Looking forward to that, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do have to say, actually, that I actually read these notes when they first came out. Now, in the UK, they probably drop about 7:30 in the morning. So when I read this, when it originally dropped, the biome actually said conifer, not forest.
I had not noticed that.
Well, I did, because I remember thinking, "Oh, good grief! How on earth are they going to do that?" Do me a favor, just check the stream and see how that's going.
Stream seems to be going just fine.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
You're
Just had a
welcome.
little glitch on my screen. I just wanted to check that we were still actually streaming, because I've had that issue before, and it actually cut the stream. So I just needed to be double sure that I didn't have the same issue as I had last time. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yes, locate and repair the damaged dropship and ensure its safe return to orbit. Locate and repair.
Yeah.
That would suggest having to take a base with. See, that tells me we have to take a base, and we have to either have the fabricator or the machining bench in order to, quote unquote, repair the stuff.
True. So, or we set up main base at the dropship location thingy.
Yeah.
Because I hope, let's put it that way, I hope that like animals attacking the dropship, I assume they're gonna attack it. I hope they will only start attacking it once you start the actual repair, and then you have to, I don't know, maybe charge. I have no idea. We'll have to see.
Yeah, although I will suggest, though, maybe this time when we do the live mission, we don't play for 4 hours before we actually go to the area we're supposed to visit.
Well, we have noticed if you're not near the mission objective or any other item in the game, we tested this with deep vein extractors. If you're not near it, it won't get attacked by animals.
Yes.
So even if we stay away from the mission objective initially, and we build up a base and prepare a lot of stuff, and the dropship should not be attacked by animals already.
Well, in theory. I mean, we certainly know that when it came to the I can't remember the name of the mission now. Was it concealment recovery, where we had to defrost the mammoth?
Yeah.
And when we were in the cave and you went right up to the back, I mean, we put poles right up at the back. When Shabby and I did it, we put poles right up at the back, and we actually found out that if you stay far enough away, although you could see the little what you call the little round lumps on the floor where the worms spawn. Yeah, you could see the worm rings where they were going to spawn, but because you weren't anywhere close to them, they weren't actually coming up out of the ground.
True. So, on the other hand, we have had missions. Last week's mission, for example, you have to be within a certain area of the. This was with the analyzer device. You have to be close to the analyzer, otherwise it wouldn't progress.
Yes.
So I hope, I kind of hope this is the same.
Yeah. Well,
so during the reboot of this down dropship, you have to stay within a certain range, to fend off the attacking predators.
Yes. Well, we'll soon find out.
Oh yeah.
Because we're going to be playing it live. We're going to be getting it
Oh yeah.
live. Looking forward to that. Okay, we are down
Definitely.
to the details changelog. Just before we do that, though, I just want to say that these new suits that they've got in this image up here look pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I totally agree.
They don't. They. I think they look a little bit more beefy than the Nano armor, or is that just me?
I don't know. I think it only looks like it. But we will soon find out. As soon as we get into the game, I will be sporting a new armor set. Like I said, I'm a miner, so I will be going for the miner armor. And then we can see.
Yeah. Hello, Mike, and welcome to the live stream. How are you doing, pal?
Hey, Mike.
So yeah, welcome to the channel. Good to see you. We are just down to the detailed changelog, which will take us through everything we've already spoken about. So if you've just joined us, you haven't really missed anything because we're going to be going through it all again anyway. So, detailed changelog. Here we go. First up, new mission, Forsaken Recovery. The operator has lost a valuable asset on the surface and cannot abandon it for fear it may be discovered by other teams. Locate and repair the damaged dropship to ensure its safe return to orbit.
Well, what can we say? We will see this when we play it.
Yeah.
And it's fine, Mike. Glad you're here anyway. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about being late. The point is you're here now.
Exactly.
So that was to Mike in the chat. Alrighty, second note up here is added the ST400 armor set, which is for physical defense with a boost to base melee and projectile damage. Also gives you bonuses for hunting stats like stealth and faster movement when crouching and or sneaking. Now, I wrote down the information for the suit. You'll just have to give me 2 seconds because I need to read without my glasses here. The ST. Actually, I've. Okay, maybe you can double check this for me, Corney, in the ICARUS workshop thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just noticed what could possibly be a typo.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've said here that the ST400 armor set gives you the physical defense and projectile damage, whereas the notes that I took from the workshop said it was the CX400 that gives you. It's actually the ST700 set.
Yeah. It's the ST700. And for the next point, it is the CX400.
Yes,
so they made a typo in the details changelog.
Yes, so they've got the numbers wrong. They've got the numbers wrong.
Yeah.
So it should be the ST700 armor set that gives you the physical defense with a boost to base melee. Right, so it's the ST700 set that is for the hunter. And having had a look at the numbers again, I have to try and read this without my glasses because I've got 2 different pairs of glasses, one for distance and one for reading, and I can't wear them both at the same time.
Well, so you can, but then it won't work proper no more.
No, it won't. So the cost for the entire suit for the the hat, chest, the arms, the legs, and the feet is going to be 750 Ren total for all 5 items, and 500 exotics total for all 500.
To research and craft. And add to that the research cost of the ICARUS Lua and Varus suit. 750 Ren and 100 exotics. Because these armors, these 2 new armor sets are locked behind the new Enviro suit.
Yes, so you have to get the ICARUS Lua suit.
Research.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy it, but you have to research it.
Yeah, well, researching it is buying it. You just don't have to craft
it. Yeah, buying. Sorry, for me, buying is crafting.
Yeah,
crafting is buying. So research it. Yeah.
So the research cost will be 750 Ren plus 100 exotics, and that's just for the suit. And then that's for the Enviro suit. And then you go for the armor set, that's going to be 750 Ren and 500 exotics.
So that's 1500 Ren and 600 exotics to obtain the new armor set.
And the Enviro suit.
And you don't obtain the Enviro suit, you only research
but you do have to research it.
Yeah. So yeah, the total cost to actually obtain the armor suit set completely is 1500 Ren and 600 exotics.
Yeah. Mike in the chat is saying that he may have to try the ST700 armor set for his bowman and his hunter.
Yeah. It has a couple of nice bonuses for hunting, definitely.
Yeah.
But we're talking about set bonus.
Yes.
A bit, by the way, armor piece bonuses, because you get some melee damage and some projectile damage per armor piece.
Yes.
So yeah, for your hunter, your bowman hunter, you get the total of 10% extra projectile damage, 2% for each armor piece.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the set bonus, amongst others, has the plus 15% stealth damage. So hunter, crouch, definitely going to be useful.
Yeah, so for the hunter, the melee damage is good, because if you get up close and personal, that like with wolves and stuff, you can take them out physically. Projectile damage for your arrows, for your stealth kills. You've got a percentage of physical resistance. You've also got a percentage of stamina regeneration, which is good.
Yeah, I just noticed.
And you also have the 10% cold and heat resist. Now, this is on both of the new suits. You get the 10% cold and heat resistance on both of the new suits.
Yeah.
And I think that's critical.
It is less than the Naneo.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's the same. You're right. It's the same. I have to check each piece individually. Yeah, it's the same as the Naneo. Yeah.
Yeah, because you get 10% with the Naneo, I'm sure.
Yeah. So the Naneo armor set has a set bonus of stamina regen.
Yes.
Where this ST700 has a armor piece stamina regen.
Yes, bonus. But it's on each piece.
Yeah.
So it's accumulative. The set bonus gives you minus 30% perceived threat, which is
35.
Good for minus 35% perceived threat.
Yeah.
It gives you plus 15% movement speed when crouched or stealthed, and it gives you and it also gives you plus 15 stealth damage.
Yeah, very useful for hunters.
Yeah, so you're getting the melee damage, the projectile damage, and the stealth damage from the one suit.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. That's definitely a hunter suit. Definitely a hunter suit. Okay, so we'll move on to the next paragraph, which is added. Now, I'm going to have to change these numbers around because they are wrong. it's added the CX 400 armor set. It's CX 400. I'm going to say that just one more time, just to make absolutely sure people understand this correctly. The numbers in the detailed changelog that I have highlighted here are wrong. They've got the numbers the wrong way round. This armor set is the CX 400. Okay, and this is a set for miners and resource gatherers and provides bonuses that let you stay out in the field longer, reducing wear and tear on pickaxes and axes, as well as increasing yields.
Yeah.
Right. So for the 400 set, it's going to cost you total to research and craft 750 Ren plus 500 exotics. It costs exactly the same as the other suit.
The other armor, yes.
Yeah, the other armor. Sorry, the other armor set. The individual piece bonuses that you get are you'll get a percentage of physical resistance, you'll get the 10% hot and cold resistance, and you'll also get minus percentage wear rate on axes and pickaxes. Right? So for the set bonus, you will be given 1% chance to instantly fell trees, a 1% chance to instantly break mineral deposits or ore. You'll get a plus 25% mining yield, excuse me, and plus 25% yield in tree felling.
Yeah, so this is the one I'm going to use for my miner character.
Yes. Yes.
One remark about the cost of the suit. For this suit is the same as the ST700. You want to obtain the CX400, you also need to research the Enviro suit.
Yes.
Just to be complete.
Yes, yes. You will need
so,
to...
physical resistance on this set, it is slightly less than a nail, but not by far.
Yeah.
Just slightly less.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, the physical resistance is a set. It's not a set bonus. No. It's a piece bonus. So you'll get an accumulative percentage per piece.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, more yield from mining and less wear on pickaxes and axes.
Well, that's always a good
my
thing.
miner character already has reduced wear rate on the pickaxes.
Yes.
So now I can do a whole mission with one pickaxe, maybe.
Yeah.
And that sure, there's no stamina regen on this armor. So the SC700 does have the stam regen on the armor pieces. This armor does not.
No.
So when running long distances, I will have to regenerate my stamina more often. And also, if I compare my character with yours with 4 stomach slots, I have 3. So I already can have 1 food buff less. So the difference between you and me for stamina regen will become even more. However, I will be having even more yield from mining.
Yeah.
And even less wear rate of my pickaxes.
Yeah. Mike in chat is saying 20% less wear, it looks like, for the pickaxes.
Yeah, 4% per armor piece. So that would add up to a total of 20% less indeed.
Yeah.
And for the increased yield, we've done a quick calculation. Currently, a titanium node is 32 or so yield per node. 25% increase means it's 40 per node. Which means for a hunter rifle, where you need 400 ore, do I say this correct? No, we need 40, so 200 ore. Instead of needing 7 nodes, I only need 5 nodes anymore.
Yeah.
This is gonna be quite effective, I think.
Oh yeah, especially when it comes down to the fact that you know, when you're needing resources for weapons, etc. You know, the titanium and the platinum for the weapons and the pickaxes. It means that you'll get more from less. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but if you look closely, it does not say 20% yield from mining ore. No, it says 25% yield from mining.
Yes.
The same, by the way, to instantly break the mineral or ore deposits is also for mineral. So we're also talking about sulfur. We're talking about oxide.
Yes.
We're talking about silica.
Yes. It's not just the metal mining. It's the mineral and metal mining. So it matters not whether or not you're mining for iron or copper or silica and sulfur.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll be spending more time mining, or at least more time mining. I'll get the stuff quicker. So yeah, I'll be focusing more on mining. So you'll have to be doing a bit more of building, Echo.
No.
Come on, you want me to do everything?
I am not a builder. You can throw up a house in like 2 minutes. It would take me 2 hours to do.
Practice makes perfect, Echo. Practice makes perfect.
Sod that.
So you're gonna sit back and let me do everything now, eh?
Oh yeah, I'm lazy. You know this. The other, actually, there is, just before we continue down that path, there is one thing I do want to mention about this 1% insta chance to fell trees and break ores, especially when it comes down to the 1% chance to instantly break ores or mineral deposits. That is, in essence, the lucky strike talent given in a suit. An armor set, sorry.
I assume it's cumulative with the talent itself. However, this is very hard to test because it's a 1% chance only, which, yes, will be doubling to 2%, but still. Too much RNG to do proper testing, so you don't have to write that down.
Well, the thing is that the 1% chance to do it on the Lucky Strike talent would work when you don't want it to work. For example, like you're trying to mine into a rock because you're trying to hide from a storm, and one hit will just take the entire rock away, and suddenly you've got 1,200 rock in your inventory, and you're overburdened. It would work.
Your exposure.
It would work in cases where you didn't want it to work, and then wouldn't work when you wanted it to. So
your exposure gets up to the point you're almost taking damage. You decide to mine into a stone. You're like, okay, exposure almost going down. One more hit, and then I'll be safe. Take one more hit, and the rock is gone.
Oh yes. And that's exactly the reason why I respect out of the Lucky Strike talent, because there was one mission that Gizmo and I were doing, and we were in the Arctic, and we had a mammoth really close by, and a storm had just started, and I'm like, oh, there's a cave there, but it's one that you had to mine into. And so I'm mining into it because I can mine quicker than he can. So I'm trying to tunnel into this cave, and suddenly my very last hit that would have got me through the cave wall actually physically got rid of the entire wall. So now I'm completely over encumbered. My inventory is full of stone. I can't bloody move because I'm over encumbered. And now we don't have any protection from the storm because the wall is gone. And not only that, we have a mammoth heading towards us.
Yep. Well, that particular issue they fixed because the stone walls blocking the caves are no longer subject to Lucky Strike. This was in the patch notes a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. But by that time, I had already spec'd out of the Lucky Strike because, yes, it's good when you're mining because that's when you want it to take effect. But like I said, if you're trying to get into a stone or through a stone wall because you want to take protection from a storm, it was guaranteed it would work when you didn't want it to.
Yeah, this will still be the case when you want to get shelter for a storm.
Yeah. So not quite sure how that's going to work out. That could be quite interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
let's continue with the ICARUS, Lua, and Pharaoh suits.
Yeah, we're getting a bit sidetracked here.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, wouldn't be a discussion if it didn't.
Exactly. It would just be reading the patch notes, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so we added the ICARUS Lua EnviroSuit. Less inventory slots, but with 3 module slots allows for the most customization of any of our existing EnviroSuit options. Now, I do remember, and I said this to you earlier on, I do remember having said several weeks ago, it's going to take a hell of a lot to persuade me to move away from the Hark EnviroSuit.
Yep.
I like the idea of 3 module slots, but I don't like the idea of losing the 5 inventory slots.
Yeah, we talked about this before. So you lose your inventory slots, so you swap out your green backpack for the one of the new backpacks with 12 slots, and then you equip an extra speed module to compensate the speed bonus loss from the green backpack.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you trade 1 inventory slot. You gain 1 inventory slot, but you do lose the reduced fall damage and reduced chance on spraying.
Yeah, which actually brings us straight on to the next one, which is added Larkwell Martinez tactical backpack. For when you've got a lot to carry, our biggest storage option available at the moment, that gives you an extra 12 slots.
Yep.
So if you're using that backpack with the Lua EnviroSuit, you get 3 module slots, but it means that you lose the 6 that you would get from the backpack, but you get an extra 12, so you only you gain 7.
7 versus the 6 of the green backpack.
Yes.
So net you only gain 1 slot.
Yes.
I will be taking down this new backpack, by the way, in case we do some cave mining. I want to do it at least once. See if the 12 slots, sorry, the 6 additional slots compared with the green backpack outweighs the speed buff and the reduced falling damage and reduced spraying chance of the green backpack.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike in chat is saying, but with that backpack, you will net gain 7 more slots after the 5 are lost. Exactly.
Yes, Mike, but this backpack comes then in the place of the green one, which gives you 6. So all in all, net you only gain 1 single slot.
Yes. Plus you lose the speed bonus, the fall resisting bonus, the spraying to self bonus.
Yeah.
So I would actually say you lose more than you gain, but it'll be interesting to test for science.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mike says, gotcha, Go. Didn't think of that part. No. This is why, it's exactly why we have a discussion. You can bounce ideas off each other. You can sort things out. You can literally just figure out what exactly is going on.
Yeah, something the one person overlooks.
Yeah, it's not always obvious when you read it for yourself.
Yeah. One person overlooks something and the other person does notice it, so yeah.
Yes. Yes, and that's why we're doing this Let's Discuss series for the weekly updates, because of that.
Yeah.
It brings two different perspectives to the same information, and we can bounce that off each other, and like the title says, we discuss it. Next up, we have added Larkwell Martinez mercenary backpack for when you've got a lot to kill, increased shotgun ammo capacity, and reload speed. Well, we really don't use the shotgun. That might be a little bit
Actually,
more.
we did in the Scorpion boss.
Yeah, probably for the first time ever.
Yeah. So the shotgun by default has a 8 shell capacity.
Yeah.
Add 25%, so you get to a 10%.
Yeah.
It also increases the reload speed by 25%, which is good because you still have like the same reload, but now for 10 shells instead of 8.
Yes.
And it adds 25% damage with the shotguns.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're playing a mission on hardcore mode, where animals have 30% more health, this 25% more damage might come in handy, because I'm not sure with a shotgun you can shoot and kill, like one-shot kill a wolf in hardcore mission, unless like point blank range. Like when it's
Yes.
right in your face already.
Yes. Well, we may try that one out with the new mission that's coming in for today. The new mission that we're going to be doing like right after this. We don't.
I don't know. I reckon the first time we
usually.
do it, medium.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we don't usually use the shotgun. It would have been It would be interesting to try this backpack, say, for example, on the Scorpion boss mission with 3 people, because you had extra amounts of add-ons or ads. You know,
Nah.
the little skeleton scorps. You were
Yeah,
running
but
around with a shotgun, so that might help you on the floor with the little guys.
I could already kill them easily with the shotgun, the little guys. I still think having at least one person, probably 2, on poles shooting the big boss, and 1 running on the ground, running around shooting the small scorps with a shotgun is better. And the 1 on the poles with the hunting rifle shooting the big scorpion, and
Yeah.
the 1 on the ground shooting the small ones with the shotgun. I think that was a pretty good strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike in chat says the 25% damage is the big piece of that puzzle. Shotties are not that powerful. Well, they were powerful enough for us last time at the weekend when we were doing the Scorpion mission. But yeah,
it's all about your targets.
Yes. It's all about the health that your targets have. So if you have increased ammo capacity and reload speed, and then on top of that you've got the extra 25% damage, that could literally be the difference between life and death for us both.
Well, shotguns are fine versus scorpions because they don't have that much health.
Yes. But if you're fighting something bigger like a pack of wolves.
Yeah. I'd rather have a hunting rifle, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Or the Ventura knife.
Yeah.
And a lot of health.
Yeah. Okay. So the next 2 are about the new modules. The first is the strength boost module, which improves the carry capacity of nearby allies. And the healing boost module, which helps nearby allies recover faster from ailments. Now, I'm emphasizing the fact that it is for the benefit of your teammates, not the person carrying it. However, as Gao has already mentioned earlier on, there was chat in the Discord channel about the fact that in reality, the strength boost and the healing boost works for the person carrying the module, not the allies.
Yeah, but if it is so, it will be fixed because it's not intended.
Yes.
It's intended to work for your teammates, not for yourself.
Yes. So I think that I will be probably taking one of each just to test those out for science.
Yeah. Mike says, yeah, these Kelly sculpts were one hit to kill with knives anyways. We'll have to see what it does to the greater beasts. True, Mike, but remember, if you have like 10 of those Skelly Scorps underneath your pole, I hit it once with a shotgun, and I killed like the majority of them in one shot. Where if you go down with a knife, you'll have to kill them all one by one.
Yes, which in essence puts you in danger of taking damage from the other 9 that you're
Yep.
that are sitting on the floor.
Yep. Yeah, where it gets nothing from those new modules. Intendedly, no, indeed. However, there might be, and this is something we have to see, might be bugged, as in currently the wearer is getting those buffs. But again, we have to see.
Yeah. Okay, I need to blow my nose. So, Colonel, could you take us through the next one, please?
Added the ability to repair workshop items. The workshop repair kit and workshop repair kit bundle. These can only be used within a range of a machining bench or fabricator. So, like we said before, there's the workshop repair kit bundle, which you can buy in the space station. It's a bundle of 5 repair kit items, which can be used to repair space stuff.
Yes.
It's a bundle of 5, so you want to repair your armor, you use up the entire bundle.
Yes.
You cannot do this on the run. You have to be within a range of a machining bench or fabricator. Mm-hmm. Makes sense, in my opinion.
Yes.
But yeah, I like that they finally added the option to repair the stuff. For the armor, it was always fine until last week, where they added the armor durability. Now it becomes more of an issue. You have to repair your armor as well at some point, but also the other space equipment. Your knife, your pickaxe, your axe, your whatever.
Your backpack.
Your backpack, indeed.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah. that makes total sense. We'll just have to see how that goes. We'll definitely be testing that out. Fixed some cases of the error 050 message prompt that displayed while trying to play with a character that was previously been left on the prospect, then returned to the station using the debug remove from prospect button. I don't think we actually suffered from that, but that just means we're lucky.
Now, important here is the word debug.
Yeah.
The remove from prospect button has been there since the beginning. Do keep in mind, though, it is a debug option. If you use the remove from prospect and something does go wrong, don't blame the game. This is a debug option.
Yeah.
Sure, it works like 99% of the cases to about like every time. And yeah, remove from prospect means you take your character back to the space station. You take it out of the prospect, including all your space items you are carrying. Not sure about space items you have in a cupboard or in your drop pod. So if you really get stuck, you can then remove from prospect, which basically removes the link between your character and a prospect, and then you can rejoin that prospect with the same character again.
Mm-hmm.
You can't use it to cheese more rewards because you remove the link, so you don't get no rewards.
Yeah.
But you can then rejoin the prospect with that character. Useful if, for example, you die and your body cannot be found.
Yes.
Or if you die and your body spawns on top of a mountain, inside a rock, whatever.
Yes, as we had in My funnies fails and F ups, episode 1, where Gao died, and we literally couldn't find his body until we were returning, and it was actually like 30-40 feet up in the air.
Yeah. No, we still couldn't have finished that mission because I was carrying a mission item at that point and removed from prospects. I have no idea what happens with that mission item.
Yeah.
But if I would not have had carried a mission item, I could have done the remove from prospect, rejoin, and then continue the mission.
Yes.
This, by the way, is something I did not know at that point yet. Otherwise, I would have done it, rejoined, and then still get the 400 plus exotics we had mined to that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike in chat says I had to use the remove from prospect when my newest character died after the time ran out. I lost all my gear but got my character back, no other issues. And then he's just put in, this was before the change to the in-game timer. Yes, when the timer was running real life time, not mission time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you lost all your gear. Again, this is a debug function.
Yes.
Usually you get all your gear back, not always.
Yes.
After all, it's debug, it's not game functionality.
Yes, it depends on the situation that you're trying to resolve.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one, added functionality. Oh God. I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. Added functionality of locally saved fog of war to persist between prospects and characters for each terrain.
No idea what I mean. Locally saved fog. I mean, everyone knows what fog of war is. It's like you discover the map when you get to a certain place. But to persist between prospects? Well, so you do the prospect a second time and the map areas that were revealed are still revealed? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Between prospect and characters, so you join, you start at prospect with another character, and the map is revealed. I don't know. I have no idea what I mean with this, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can't figure that one out.
Yeah.
Mike in chat has said was just happy to get the character back, so he was okay with it. Well, as long as I mean, my point to that is you can't play without your character.
Yeah.
Everything that your character carries can be replaced in time, assuming you have enough Ren and exotics. And if you don't have enough, you just have to kind of grind until you do. But the main point of that is you can't do anything without a character to do it with.
True, you can create a new character.
Yeah, getting your character back with all the talent points and the blueprints and stuff, I think, is ultimately the bonus point, the bonus prize.
Yeah, because you can start a new character, but it'll take time till you grind it back up to the level you were before.
Yes.
So but trust me, Mike, I've seen people complain in Discord about they use this return from prospect, and now all my stuff is gone. I'm gonna uninstall the game. It's a debug function. So don't start crying about this debug function not giving you back all your stuff. On the other hand, I also have to admit, if your character gets stuck because of a game issue, I can understand that you get a little bit frustrated.
Yes, but that's part and parcel of any game. I mean, no game is 100% when just released. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Okay, next up. Just before we go on, Mike says, fog of war persisting would be nice. Yes, it would. But we are going to have to see exactly what that means.
Yeah.
So To move on, though, we have the next one, which is fixed an issue where stats were not being displayed correctly for caveworm, knives, spears, arrows, or bows. Can't say as I ever actually noticed.
To be honest, I never really look at the stats anyway. I know it's better than a longbow, so as soon as I can get a cave bow, I ask you to craft me one because you have the talent points for bow crafting and better bows and stuff, and I use it, but I never really look at the stats. Yeah, the first time I get one to compare it with, but after that I don't really look at them anymore.
Yeah, you look at the stats to find out whether or not it's better or worse or pretty much the same as what you're already using. So
yeah,
after that, once you know, that's it. It's just like, right, it's better, so I'll use that.
exactly. The stats are it is better, and that's enough for me.
Yes. Okay.
Mike says it hits harder. Screw the stats. You're right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Could you take us through the next couple, please?
Yeah. So fix an issue where some landscape textures were being displayed at the incorrect distance. Visuals. What can I say? Not sure we have encountered this, or if we have encountered this, I'm not sure I recognize it as being this one.
No, me either.
And they fix an issue where some buffs were not working as intended if overlapping with another buff provider within a certain radius. Could this be like you have two food buffs, both boosting stam regen, and that sometimes the stam regen didn't work proper, or the stats weren't added proper or something? I don't know.
Yes, but the crucial piece of information with this sentence is if overlapping with another buff provider within a certain radius. So that might indicate it might be to do with the booster modules that we're going to get.
No, those are new, and this is fixing issue with. So this was current, but
it could work for like the O2.
A campfire provides you with the warm and cozy buff, right?
Yes.
Sleeping provides you with warm and cozy buff. The hot drinks provide you with some heat buff as well, and they buff various things. Maybe some cold resistance. I know the hot drinks do provide a cold resistant buff. A campfire nearby gives you a bit more. Well, doesn't really gives you cold resistance, but it ups the environmental temperature a bit. Maybe that's what I mean. I don't know.
Oh, I've actually just thought maybe, just maybe, it's to do, and you just mentioned a campfire here, which is what made me think of it. Do you well, of course you'll remember, but if you take note of the fact that within the last week, there has been an issue where a campfire has not registered as being lit when you go to sleep, even though it's lit. So you've had to deactivate it and reactivate it in order for it to give you the buff for the radius. It might be that.
It did not really give the buff for the radius. It had more something to do with you're unable to sleep because it does not register an active campfire.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it fixed issues where some buff were not intended, not working as intended, if overlapping with another buff provider within a certain radius, well, that kind of includes the campfire issue because it wasn't registering as lit.
Yeah, but it's not really that you need a buff provider within a certain radius to sleep. You need an active campfire. Depends on how they measure this.
Yeah,
might be. I don't know.
Mike in chat has said 2 comments. The first of which is radius of those new modules had to fix to make them work. I guess it could be to do with that. But
no, I don't think so.
Having just discussed the campfire issue, he then says, "Good point. campfire radius and buff from armor may have been conflicted.
Yeah. Well, the
So-
radius for the new modules, again, Mike, they say fix an issue. Meaning it was an issue, it was something there already, where the modules are new, which were not there already.
Yes.
So I don't think it has to do with the modules.
Yes, but don't forget, of course, that there have been fixes in these lists that have been applicable to things that were released in the experimental branch. Which, as people who don't play the experimental branch, we were not aware of.
True. And okay, so the person I saw talking about the new module bus on the wearer instead of on the teammates did not specify whether it was on experimental or production. So yeah, indeed, issue might have been from test server, Mike, you're right.
Yes. Yes.
Good one. I had not thought about that one, you're right.
Yes, so actually I'm going to write down for science.
Oh, we're going to test it anyway. We were going to test it anyway. To
look at the campfire.
Okay, campfire and armor bus, heat resistance part and stuff. Yeah,
so we're going to look at the campfire not being recognized as on. Yeah. Yeah,
and we just check the stats. If you're close to an active campfire, check the heat resistance stats and cold resistance stats. Yeah, especially when we're trying to sleep. I don't think a campfire gives you in cold resistance. I think it just increases the environmental temperature.
Yes, but it's an area of effect that wasn't working as intended.
Yeah, the thing is, it was sporadically not working.
Yes, so
which makes it harder to test.
Yeah. So we'll have a look at that. I've got that written down. Can't read my own writing because I've not got my glasses and my right glasses on, but there we go. Now, here we go. The next two come together, I think.
No, not entirely.
Well, fixed an issue where boars did not have health bars until it was too late with the health bar talent. And the one underneath it, the one underneath it, which says fix an issue where you couldn't see some health bars until they were too close to you. They come hand in hand.
They could be the same one. However, I've seen this myself, and I know Carlos noticed it as well after I mentioned it to him.
Yeah.
The boar did not have any health bars. Maybe when you're right on top of them, but I've been running around on my own and I saw health bars for all animals except boar. However, I've also seen some health bars from other animals than boar pop up very late, which I then would relate to the second one. As far as I know, the boar didn't have any health bar at all.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the health bar talent.
I've got my solo 3.
Yeah, I've only had it. I did try the health bar tracker module.
Yeah, same there.
But I've only tried it once. I've only ever tried it once, so I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I do. I've tested it with that module as well. No health bars for boar.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have fixed an issue.
Talking about this module, by the way.
Yeah.
Might be an interesting one to carry in on a hardcore mission in the desert in the 3rd slot. So you can see scorpions before they pop out of the sand and start chasing you.
Oh.
Just some random thought. Though game related.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So the next one is fixed an issue where the icebox and refrigerator would not receive the extra storage space stat with extra space 1 or 2 talents. Now,
I can confirm they never had.
Yes.
And I thought it was, so initially the first time I crafted one, I was like, why doesn't it have? Then I was like, okay, maybe this is intentional. However, this bullet point tells me it was not intentional. So now, when I craft an icebox or a refrigerator, they will have those extra slots. Yay!
Yes, because they used to just well, the ice boxes for sure just had 10 slots.
Yeah.
I don't know how
fridge the
many
same.
refrigerator had, because we usually I think we've only ever made, in our entire gameplay, I think we've only ever made like 2 refrigerators.
Not many. One time where we had this long mission in the C5, where we were playing this mission for, I don't know, a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, at least now, because I have this talents, and I was actually thinking of speccing out of them, because hey, you don't need them for the cupboards that much. You just place another cupboard. However, if now these talents do work for ice boxes and refrigerators, I think I'm gonna keep these talents.
I thought you might say that.
Yeah. And I think you're gonna like it when you have more space in your icebox.
Yes. Oh yes, definitely. Being as I'm the gardener and the gatherer, that's huge for me, because I'm forever saying, "Oh, we need another." I mean, how many times have we, like, especially for the stockpile missions?
Yeah.
You know, we've had, like, I think at one point we have like maybe 4 or 5 refrigerators.
5.
Three or 4 of them were for the mission, and there was 1 for the people, for the team's food. So it's like, right, these 4 are for the mission, so you don't take anything from that, and the single one is for the team's food, so that's the only one you can eat from.
Yeah, especially because we only had access to the southern Arctic, so you want to go for ice, you have to face the polar bears.
Yes, exactly. Tough decisions. Okay, next up we have, and this is quite a big one, I think, fixed stat description for wound resistance to differentiate between basic wound resistance and deep wound.
Well, so it's the stat description only. They didn't change the functionality, but they changed the description. And indeed, if I'm looking at the Ventura knife, it now says 100% chance to resist basic wounds. So it never resisted deep wounds, but now they made it clearer in the description.
Yeah, but I actually found that, yeah, that's absolutely true, actually, because yesterday when we were finishing off that mission and I had that polar bear I was trying to dodge, and it really didn't want to dodge because it was turning on a dime, it didn't prevent me from getting a deep wound.
Yeah, but did you have the knife in hand at that point?
I did, yes.
Okay. So yeah, well, it's 100% clear now in the description. 100% chance to resist basic wounds.
Yes. So in other words, it'll stop you from getting wounds from
wolves,
cougars, boars, wolves, hyenas, etc.
Yeah.
But it won't stop you from taking damage from a slashing bear paw.
Yeah, so I can imagine people complaining like, "Hey, I had a Ventura knife out, still I got a deep wound." And it says it's 100% chance to resist wounds, so why do I get a deep wound? Now it is clear it's only resist basic wound.
Yes. But that, again, in itself is still huge, because it saves you so many bandages.
Oh, yeah.
Still
a very useful knife.
Yes. Okay. Let's continue on. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. Fixed issue where backpacks and envirosuits could take damage. Yay.
Envirosuits, not armor. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
I've never had it where the suit actually took damage.
No, I didn't have it where the EnviroSuit took damage, but we did confirm just in the last couple of days that the issue with the green backpack was a legitimate bug, especially for the clients. It wasn't happening for the host. It was only for the client. So, for example, you, me, and Carl would go into a mission, and Carl and I would take an instant 60% damage hit on the green backpack just by landing on the floor.
Yeah, it's either landing or within the first couple of minutes. But yeah, the 60% hit. I heard people saying it was upon landing already. We never tested it that much.
Well, we did actually because when Carl landed with his green backpack, he said, "Oh, my backpack is down to 40%, and all I've done is land on the planet."
Oh yeah, so you need upon landing.
Yeah.
Keep in mind though, those green backpacks are designed to take damage now when they prevent fall resistance. This bullet point does not mean your green backpack will not take any damage anymore.
Well,
not necessarily.
It's a very general statement. It basically says we're backpacks and EnviroSuits can take damage.
I'm actually more thinking of the leather backpack.
Yeah, but the leather backpack, even when we looked at it, I mean, you looked at the information on the Discord channel, and you were basically in no uncertain circumstances told that the leather backpack, the gatherer's backpack that you make on the textiles bench, was never designed to take damage.
Exactly.
Right? But it also...
Neither were the EnviroSuits.
Yes, exactly. However, when people suddenly started saying, well, the green backpack is now taking damage, this statement here tells me that the backpacks were not supposed to take damage because it was, and I said it in my streams, the backpack is not armor.
It's not armor, indeed. But the fact that the green backpack takes damage when you jump off a cliff, that makes perfect sense to me because it prevents a certain amount of so it provides you falling resistance. It gives you 50% chance to avoid spraying when actually taking fall damage. It makes sense that it uses up some durability during that. But we will test it. I'll jump off a not too high cliff with a green backpack on and see if it takes damage. But I think this is more about the leather backpack and maybe the red and yellow backpacks.
Well, the red and yellow backpacks never actually took damage to start with. It was only ever the green one.
And only after they added armor durability. And after they added armor durability, I haven't used yellow or green backpack. Yellow or red backpack.
No,
we have not used. So we can't say whether or not they took damage during the past week.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next two definitely come hand in hand. Fixed an issue where weapons in your right hand would be displaced in your wrist when you were attacked. And that is then followed by fixed an issue where weapons would disappear when you are attacked. Now, we did definitely notice, and I mentioned it in-game definitely, that it was really, really annoying that if you're running somewhere and you take, say, 12 damage from going down a hill that's too steep, it would put your bow away.
Well,
but it wouldn't actually no, it wouldn't put it away as such. It would just make it disappear from your screen.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see it.
Yeah. And then when you redeployed it, you had a double hand.
Yeah. So that then meant that you had to press your third person button C twice to go into and then out of third person view, and then you had to press your hotbar slot number twice to put your item away and then bring it back out so you could see it.
Or vice versa, first the weapon key and then the third person mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in essence,
both of them are now fixed. Yay. Good,
So in
because it was
essence now
darn annoying.
Yeah, you don't have to be pressing 4 or 6 buttons in order to sort a problem now.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 left. Fix typo in mission briefing under modifiers on dry run expedition. Okay.
Okay.
Can't say as I actually ever noticed there was a typo, so there we go.
Well, this must have been after they added the difficulty modifiers.
Yes.
But I run expedition, so I assume it was like if you select a hard mode, it says 50% more animal health instead of 30. But this was for a specific mission, so let's see, where is this mission in the mission tree? I really would like, and as I've said before, and I should put the feature upvote in, I really would like some way of filtering missions where I could just type in dry run, and then it would somehow highlight those missions for me, so it's easier to find a specific mission in the entire mission tree.
Yeah.
I'm now
Well,
wanna
if they've fixed the typo, then you're not going to see what the typo was.
No, but I want to see is there some mission specific text. Oh, here it is. In this damage modifier. No, not really. Say, now I'm starting to wonder. Is the text for the damage modifiers? Isn't this a shared object? Bit technical. Don't get technical with me, Mary, but technical. So it's a shared object between the mission screens. Say you have it once in your database and you link to it from all the mission screens.
Yeah.
Apparently not, if this is for one specific mission. So it then looks like they add this text block for all missions separately. So copy paste. They could have done that slightly better from a programmer's point of view.
Well, nobody's perfect. We don't expect everybody to be perfect.
Although I am coming close.
And yeah, in your dreams, mate. any kind of mistake or error that they fix is always good, in my opinion. We love that. We love that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, we're down to the last 2, and then we'll take a 10-15 minute break before we come back for the live mission. The next one is the penultimate one. Says, in fact, actually, why don't you take us through the last 2?
So they fix an issue where placeholder text would appear above their head when the host used photo mode. So if the host used photo mode, then placeholder text would appear above their head. I have to say I don't use photo mode. So I have not encountered this one myself.
No, I've never used photo mode either.
I used it like once or twice, and I did not. I don't recall having seen this issue.
Okay.
And they fixed an issue where backpacks wouldn't remove their stats when unequipped, so extra slots don't persist after taking backpack off. Hold on. Wouldn't remove the stats when unequipped, so extra slots don't persist after taking backpack off. They fixed. So when you took the backpack off,
that
the extra slots stayed.
That actually sounds a little bit contradictory, or is that just me?
I know. No, it's not just you. So I assume what I mean is there was an issue where if you took your backpack off, the extra slots stayed. This must have been specific circumstances, because we have tested this, not this specifically, but we have been swapping around backpacks, and you did lose your extra slots when you take off your backpack.
Yes.
So this must have been some specific circumstances.
Yes.
If we're talking about the extra slots, I don't know. You have done the backpack swapping, so I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. The speed stats, for example, went away as well.
Yes.
Because I recall when we ran together and you had the leather backpack on, I was fast. I was faster.
Yes.
When you put the green backpack back on, we were equally fast again.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this must have been in some specific circumstances.
Yeah, and Mike happens to agree with you. He's just said in chat, I always lost my slots. Must have been a glitch for certain situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, those were the patch notes.
Yep, that was the patch notes. We've been running for nearly 2 hours already. Good grief.
Oh, longer than last week, but then again, there was more in the patch notes than last week. So,
yes,
yeah.
plus we actually started a little bit later today. We started at 5 o'clock
Your time.
UK time. Just because of IRL and real life situations. But that was this week's updates. Feel free to post a comment and post your thoughts into a comment below the stream. That would be good. If there are, I do make a conscious effort. If there are any comments left, I do try to reply to each and every one of them. So please do leave your thoughts in the comment section below the description. For right now, though, I think we are going to take a very quick 10-15 minute break, and then we will be back with the new mission live. So join us for that. Looking forward to it, Carney?
Oh, definitely. Always. Give me any reason to play and I'll play. Give me no reason to play and I'll still play.
Yeah, that sounds like an addicted player to me. I'm right there with you.
Nah, I'm not addicted. I just like my playing.
Alrighty. So we are going to leave the live update. We will catch you in 10-15 minutes for the live new mission. Until then, it's good night from me.
And good night from her.
And we will see you in 10-15 minutes. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll catch you soon. Bye for now.